There are very few times when you have the opportunity to help save millions of lives. This is one of those times. Did you know that in America alone, cardiovascular disease is the #1 cause of death? About 5 million Americans a year are diagnosed with heart valve disease. Heart valve disease is when the valves of the heart become damaged or begin to leak and flow backwards. This leads to very acidic blood that is toxic to the patient's body. In other words, the blood becomes poisonous. For those with heart valve disease that are too high of a risk for valve replacement surgery, they are left with no alternatives. John Park suffered from heart valve disease, which prematurely ended his life in 2013. If the technology of our one-way heart assist valve would have existed, he may still be alive today. His son is determined to solve this tragic problem.
The diagnosis of his first visit when he had his open heart surgery was he had 4 coronary arteries that were blocked. And so he had a quadruple bypass at age 34. And he was a very healthy individual up to that point.
As I look back and I think, oh, I'm 36 now. He was 34 when he had his first open heart surgery. He died at 68. Half of his whole life was riddled with kind of a poor quality of life physically.
So I know as my dad was reaching the end of his life, he was to a point where his valve had become leaky. His second valve, he was unable to get a heart transplant because he didn't qualify under the many guidelines. His quality of life literally became moment to moment looking for his breath. Once he got into the valve replacement surgery, I believe they only gave him about a 20 to 30% chance. If you have a leaky valve, it's just like having a bad pump, a bad bike pump. Instead of not inflating a tire, it's not getting oxygen through your body. And they typically will only do valve replacement surgeries 2 times. After that, the heart usually is too weakened. It's very invasive on the heart because the heart's a muscle, and as you cut it, you basically fillet the heart. And as it heals, it has a significant amount of scar tissue, and it does kill part of the heart.
Current heart valve surgery is an extremely invasive procedure that requires a surgeon to cut open the patient's chest, cut the heart, and sew in a replacement valve, thus requiring a lengthy hospital stay. In addition, because of the seriousness of this surgery, odds of the patient surviving more than 5 years are very low. Tragically, many people like John are too weak to even go through such an invasive surgery. This becomes their death sentence. We are determined to change the fate of millions trapped in this horrible situation.
There are millions of people that are suffering with this problem. There are millions that don't even have symptoms. And sometimes these symptoms don't even show until it's too late, until that valve has to be replaced.
That's what we're addressing here, is the valve replacement surgery. If we can change what goes on before and after the heart, the pressures in the heart itself would become more efficient.
Introducing the patent-pending one-way heart assist valve. With the one-way heart assist valve, new valves can be inserted without cutting into the heart. The one-way heart assist valve is inserted upstream or downstream from the heart during a minimally invasive outpatient surgery. The heart stays completely intact and untouched.
We're literally putting a valve in the arteries and veins that are outside the heart, never touching the heart itself. It allows the native heart, the heart that the person was born with, and that is beating, to still function and never be replaced and suddenly become efficient again in a patient who would have otherwise needed a heart transplant.
The one-way heart assist valve is the latest in medical valve replacement technology. The benefits of the one-way heart assist valve is that it is minimally invasive, has a short procedure time, quick recovery, and will be low cost. A surgeon goes through a vein or artery to install a small valve upstream or downstream from the heart. It's outpatient, and the person's chest and heart stay completely untouched. The one-way heart assist valve procedure eliminates the need for major heart surgery. It will be available for millions of patients who can't afford it or were denied surgery due to poor health.
This technology that we're introducing is not a cure-all to all forms of heart disease. But there are millions of people in the world that do have the type of heart disease that we believe it will significantly help. In fact, we're estimating somewhere in the realm of 70% of those people in congestive heart failure could be helped by this. I thought, for those people, I've got to do this. And I owe it to my dad to do this. If I couldn't do it for him, that I could do it for them.
I don't want to go down the same road that my father did and have to get a valve replacement someday if I find out something's wrong with me, or see a sibling in my family that would have that problem. My brother really concentrated and really tried hard to put it all together and to come up with something that we are confident will work.
We are extremely excited to get this life-saving procedure approved by the FDA, but we need your help to fund the initial stages for that approval and for further research and development.
The more money we can raise, the faster we can get this life-saving technology to market. We are looking for initially $500,000 to further this project and take it to the second phase.
Ultimately, we will need over $5 million to get this mechanically proven, patent-pending technology cleared for medical use.
Your donation could save a life. That life could very well be your own.